Have you ever felt that sinking feeling of buyer's remorse? Maybe it was a car that turned out to be a lemon, a house that needed more repairs than you budgeted for, or even a pair of shoes that looked great but pinched your toes. Buyer's remorse can hit us when we least expect it, and it's not a pleasant feeling. It's that gnawing sense of regret, a realization that maybe, just maybe, we didn't make the best decision. But what if we told you that buyer's remorse doesn't just apply to tangible objects? It applies to choices as well. More specifically, choices made in the voting booth. Picture this. You cast your vote, excited and hopeful for the future, only to later question your decision. You start seeing things you didn't before. That's voter's remorse. Now imagine experiencing that same remorse, not over a purchase, but over a vote you cast. Voter's remorse is a real phenomenon, and it's sweeping the nation. It's that feeling of regret after making a choice at the polls, akin to the buyer's remorse we've all experienced after purchasing something we later wish we hadn't. The parallels are striking, and just like buyer's remorse, voter's remorse can leave a bitter taste in our mouths. Think about it. You buy a car, a house, or even a pair of shoes, and then you start to second-guess your decision. Did I really need this? Could I have gotten a better deal elsewhere? With voting, it's the same. You cast your vote, and then you start to wonder, did I make the right choice? The recent midterm elections provided a clear indication that many Americans are experiencing voter's remorse. Exit polls revealed that 2/3 of Americans don't think Joe Biden should run for re-election, a strong indication that a significant number of voters are questioning their decision. And who can blame them? There are a multitude of issues on the table. Let's start with the economy. Many Americans are feeling the pinch, with the cost of living rising and wages not keeping pace. Then there's migration. It's a complex issue with no easy solutions, and yet it seems to be handled with a lack of finesse and understanding. Homelessness is another pressing concern. Our fellow citizens are living on the streets, yet it seems that their plight is being overlooked. And let's not forget about student loans and healthcare. These are significant burdens for many, and yet there seems to be little relief in sight. Factor in Biden's advancing age and a growing perception that he's out of touch with the concerns of ordinary Americans, and it's no wonder voter's remorse is setting in. Just like buyer's remorse, voter's remorse leaves a bitter taste in our mouths, the taste of a decision we wish we could take back. Many Americans are saying, "Fool me once but not again," when it comes to their vote. This sentiment echoes loud and clear across the nation. It's a feeling of regret, not unlike the pang you feel when you realize that shiny new car or those expensive shoes weren't worth the price. But this time, the stakes are higher, the consequences more profound. We're talking about the state of the nation, the economy, migration, homelessness, student loans, healthcare. It's about feeling that the leadership is out of touch with the realities of everyday Americans. It's about the growing concern over the age of our leaders and their ability to navigate the complexities of our time. But here's the silver lining. In the realm of politics, as with bad purchases, we have the opportunity to learn from our mistakes. The beauty of our democratic system is that we always have another chance to make a different choice. Now that we've explored buyer's remorse and voter's remorse, we want to hear from you. It's important to note that the beauty of democracy lies in the power and value of every individual voice. Every single experience, every perspective, every opinion adds an invaluable layer to the complex tapestry of our society. Perhaps you felt the sting of regret after casting a vote, or maybe you've stood firm in your choice, regardless of the unfolding events. The key here is not to judge or to point fingers, but to understand, to empathize, and to grow from these shared experiences. This is how we learn, how we evolve, and how we make better decisions moving forward. So, let's start a conversation. Let's share our thoughts, our experiences, our hopes, and our regrets. Because it is in this sharing, in this dialogue, that we find common ground and build a stronger, more understanding society. Remember, your voice matters. Share your thoughts below and join the conversation.